Well, welcome back to the channel. Thank you to those who have found the video. Please like, please subscribe if you're interested in this type of content. Today, I want to talk a little bit about some advice, some tips that I have. If you're someone who's looking at maybe studying or getting into cybersecurity. Now, I use the term cybersecurity, but cybersecurity is a diverse field. There are many different jobs and opportunities, but I think for many people, when they think about getting into cybersecurity, it's usually because they want to be a penetration tester, someone who tests, companies' internal networks, external networks, and sees if there's a way that they can actually penetrate or hack these companies' systems and then provide a report on how they did it so that these companies can make sure their security is better. Or they want to be a SOC analyst, which is a security operations center analyst, someone who's on the front line of defense, defending organizations. They're either doing this internally for a company that has its own internal security operations, or they're doing it as part of a company that provides defensive monitoring and other cybersecurity services as a service. Okay, so I'm pretty new to the industry. I've been a reporting analyst for a year. I'm now in training as a SOC analyst more fully. And I just want to share a little bit about my journey. I just want to share a little bit about what I've learned and the struggles and challenges that I've had as somebody who, I wasn't 50. I wasn't, I've always played around on computers, but I was never a technical guy. I never, spent my, all my life and all my time learning computers and things. I made this shift later in life. My 20s were very different. I was a little bit directionless. I kind of just stayed in my trade a lot longer than I should have. I really should have made the move out earlier, but I just wasn't sure what was the right move or if that was a good move at all. Now, I went back to school and then, got work in cyber, and now I've been making this channel trying to obviously share what I've learnt and obviously create a bit of a community where I can learn myself. So leave comments below on your thoughts. So let's jump into it. So just some advice, okay? So if you're an older person or a younger person, you don't come from a technical background, I got a little bit of advice. First of all, what I would say is there's plenty of resources out there, right? So the reason why I do these talking videos is because I notice that a lot of questions people have, I notice a lot of things, it really boils down to mindset, okay? Now, yes, technical is important, and yes, there's a lot of things you need to learn, but the resources are out there. Like, you can go to school, you can hop on, Hack the Box, try Hack Me. There's a lot of materials, a lot of resources out there for you to learn. If you just type it in, what you need to know as a SOC analyst, what you need to know as a penetration tester, the resources are there, okay? Like, I don't feel like we need to constantly harp on and repeat about certifications. You know what you need to do from a technical standpoint. You need to get hands-on, do labs. Labs are the best thing. Honestly, yes, theory, you can read theory here and there, but I would say the best thing is labs, getting on a virtual machine, breaking virtual machines, playing around. That's why Try Hack the Box is good, because it's a baseline. It's something, try Hack Me, and then there's Hack the Box. It's a baseline. There's setup rooms. Hack the Box teaches you how to set up rooms. That's a very good skill. Playing around in virtual machines and learning operating systems like Windows and like Kali Linux, for example, or Unix operating systems. Best way to get savvy with tech. But my focus today, right, is, again, it's the mindset. People reach out and they've clearly got skills, or they've got more skills than me, and they're asking, well, how did I get into cybersecurity? And I have been asked a couple of times by people who seem to have some qualifications, right? So there's no magic formula. I guess I could say I'm lucky, but I don't think it's just luck. I think my life and the way I've lived my life has translates itself into a work ethic. I try to present a good attitude in my interviews. I have a drive, I'm hungry, I have a work ethic. And put yourself in the shoes of an employer who's looking to bring someone into their business. training somebody up as a penetration tester or training someone up as a SOC analyst is a significant investment. It takes time. I haven't seen that many entry-level penetration testing roles, but there are SOC analyst roles you can get into. It takes a bit of time to get somebody ready to be able to do that type of work. Even people who have degrees and things like that, they need time to onboard, learn a company's systems, and learn security, because security is a specialization in itself. It's a pretty in-depth field. There's a lot to learn, and you don't ever really know everything. So my main bit of advice to you, if you're new and you're looking at getting in, is just, don't compare yourself to other people. This can cause anxiety. It can stress you out. I know that it can be intimidating starting off in a new field, but just remember that if you've been given the opportunity, then that means the company's aware of your circumstances, and take that as a privilege, as an opportunity to grow, to learn as much as you can from people who are professional, who have been working in the industry for a long time. This is a good place to start. And just don't compare yourself. Don't look at all their certifications, don't look at their degrees. You just every day focus on what you need to do to be job ready, and know that the process of educating yourself, building certifications, they take years. Now, I know that this is common sense, but you'll be surprised at how much uh, overthinking and imposter syndrome can affect you, especially when you're going into a new career, especially when you're older. The older you get, the more it can that insecurity can kind of affect you, because you realize that, yeah, there's competition out there, and that there's younger people in this industry that have been doing it for a long time or know technology very well. Another thing to keep in mind is that you're bringing in other skills that other people may or may not have. Maybe you're in sales, maybe you're in some other corporate job, maybe you're a project manager, maybe you're a tradesperson, maybe you worked in some other field that, while it's not technical, maybe your skills, your sociable characteristics, something that you have, you're able to bring into this field. Cybersecurity is technical, but it's also human. It's human related. You're dealing with people, you're dealing with teammates, you're dealing with clients, you're dealing with executives, you're dealing with all different types of people in cybersecurity. So there is a social aspect that is very important, that that you may have skills in or advantages in that maybe more technical people cannot, because that's the way that life is. To build the level of technical expertise requires a massive, significant amount of time spent on the computer, where building social skills that can actually make a person money and build a great career, they also take a significant amount of socializing, and we all have different personalities. So just remember that you're bringing something unique and different to the company. Some people in cybersecurity can be very gatekeepy about their skills, and you know um, very proud of the fact they've got degrees and multiple certifications, and they should be. They've worked hard for it, but that doesn't mean you should look down on or treat people differently who don't have the skills. And if you're in an environment where people are like that, well, that's just immaturity. It's probably not a healthy work environment. People should be supportive, and stand behind you, stand by you, and back you. Um, but the reality is that not everyone knows what it's like to, step into a totally new industry. A lot of people have worked a lot of their life in the same, or if not a similar industry, so there's a level of confidence there. But if you're totally shifting out into a new environment, yeah, it's understandable that there's going to be that fear, and a lot of people don't really understand that unless they've someone who's had to like make those changes themselves. So don't expect everyone to fully understand your circumstances. Don't compare yourself. Don't feel like you've got to get all your certifications and all your qualifications, in 4 6 months. And this advice is more to myself, because I'm a little bit, I like to do things quickly. And the reality is that some things just take time. there is a period of time that you need to study for to build up those skills. Okay, so that's my advice today. Not going to go into technical specifics in this video. Um, if you're fortunate enough to get employed by a particular company or business, they will train you and onboard you on the tools that they use. But you can go through and do the basic fundamental things online, subscribe to a course. There's a lot of free material out there, and you can build up those foundations. If you're in school, then you can build up your foundation through school, university, or college, TAFE college, or whatever it is that you're doing. So all the best out there. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Look, there's nothing wrong with changing your career. If you're new to the working world, there's nothing wrong with pursuing. This is a good choice. There's advantages to having skills in cybersecurity, to having tech skills. If you're not 100% sure about what else you want to do, this is still a good place to start. It does allow you hybrid working opportunities. Depending on what company you're with, it does allow you to work remote in many cases. Once you get into a company and they like you and you've established a reputation within the company, there are opportunities for you to work remote, maybe on a more full-time basis. A lot of companies are sort of pulling people back to the office now, or going the hybrid model. That's because they want to show the office off, or fill the offices up. I guess there's some business reasons for that, but there are still remote opportunities out there. So go for it, guys. Don't let the negative stuff hold you back. Don't let the negativity of others hold you back. I am going to talk a little bit more about, work being sent offshore, or AI, and how that's going to affect us. I will talk a little bit more about that in another video. For now, what I will say is don't let that stop you from studying going forward. Take LinkedIn with a grain of salt. There are a lot of opinions, a lot of ego floating around on LinkedIn about how things are and how it should be, and who doesn't qualify to get into cybersecurity. Just don't pay attention to what everyone else thinks. Just do the work, okay? Get advice from those who you seek it from. It doesn't have to be me. If you got a mentor or a friend, or there's someone you want to reach out to them. Only take advice from those who you model after, but don't let the negativity, gatekeepy type of mentalities hold you back from studying, putting in the work, and trying to get into this field. Okay, there's a lot of information out there, and it can be information overload, but just focus on the simple things, building the skills, refining your resume, and most importantly, refining your attitude and your professional demeanor, because that is what's going to get you in the door. That is what's going to get you the opportunity. People want to work with people who have a good attitude. They don't want know-it-alls. They don't want people with bad attitudes, people who think that they know everything and are inflexible or stubborn to learning new things. Okay, you got to put yourself in the shoes of a boss. They want someone to come on board who's teachable, who is intelligent and can learn quickly, that can integrate into the team and to the culture. All right, that's all I have to say today. Hope that helps. Please comment below and reach out if there's anything you'd like to know. I'd like to hear your thoughts about this stuff as well. Please feel free to share anything, whether it be technical or personal opinions that you have about the industry, and subscribe if you like the content. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.